And welcome to Table Talk with the Diva. I am your host that is always super excited, delighted, and ignited to be at the table with and you. I love the queens. I'm a queen, and we walk and we represent because we are kings. Kid, we are daughter of the Most High God. So thank you and welcome to Table Talk. All right, all right. And if you're feeling down, come in. The enemy's shuffling. Y'all rock with me. And in the end, you shall win. Hey, Table Talk with the Diva. Why? Join in. Come on and rock with me, Shakita. Hey. The enemy's shuffling. But God has given you vision, and in the end, you shall win. Hey, all right. And welcome to Table Talk. We are excited. I have a beautiful, powerful guest on tonight, a queen, a sister. She is now my family, y'all. In case you haven't heard, Dr. Queen Shakita Valentine. I always have to remember that because I'm watching her. I've been checking her out. She's powerful. She's amazing. And I believe that there is something going to be said tonight in this space that's going to change your life. So I need you to grab your sisters, grab Ray, Pookie, all of them, and tell them to get in front of the camera, the computer, at the table. Pull up a chair. There's a seat for everyone at Table Talk because I have an expert on. So when I bring this up, this stuff is free. You could grab the nuggets. It costs you nothing. My mom would always say it costs you nothing to be nice. It costs you nothing just to watch. So grab the information. And so you never know what she's going to say that's going to help you better your relationship or even just strengthen that self-care. And that self-eye care, because sometimes we go laxy-daisy with the self-eye care. We're taking care of everybody and everything, but we forget about ourselves. Sometimes we don't even make the cut. Let's be real about it. When you're a woman and a queen, you get lost in the shuffle. So nevertheless, Miss Shakita, how are you this evening, beautiful?
Great evening, great people. Great evening, beautiful queen. I am fabulous. Like I normally say, I'm phenomenal always.
Come on. I'm loving it. So when I steal that, you're going to say, she got that from me. Yes, I did. If I hear that iron sharpens iron, baby, I'll repeat it. I love it because I always say success leaves clues. I thank you for that. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
No problem.
Oh, my God.
It's a privilege to join.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, you all know that we are celebrating Women's History Month. And so we have so many phenomenal queens that have paved the way for us to be even sitting here in front of you on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And we're streaming from all these different platforms, LinkedIn and Instagram. There's so many tools that God has given us to be able to get a message across, to be able to be a blessing to another sister, a queen, a daughter, a niece, whoever, but we're able to do that. So let's not take it for granted what God has blessed us with. So as we move forward in celebrating Women's History Month, I want, let me do my icebreaker. Let me back up. Beep, beep. Let me back up, queen. I want to give an icebreaker, and we always do the icebreaker, Shakita, only because words are important. And I have learned in my 50 plus years that we need to learn how to frame our world with our words, because we can mess up with being so negative and, oh, my back is killing me, and oh, my head is keep speaking that, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm learning not to speak death, but speak life. So words are important. And so that's why we do the icebreaker. And I think your first word, I got a couple for you here, relations specialist, the strategist. The first one is transparency.
Woo! So do you want me to speak to transparency?
I want you to give me one word. I'm sorry, my apologies. Let me back out. One word. I'll give you a word. You give me a word. Whatever comes up, comes out.
All right. Vulnerability.
Come on. That's courageous. Yes. Your second word is commitment.
Long suffering.
Mm. Come on through, come through, come through. And the last one, it's two words, but I'm going to play it as one. So that is love language. Ooh.
There's more than five.
Second.
There's more than five.
There's more than five. I heard that. I know you're coming for me. I hear you. I feel you. I'm on there. I'm here for it all. I'm here for it all. I heard it. She said there's more than five, y'all. So listen, take note. The specialist is teaching right now, and she hadn't even got started yet. Just so you know. I'm so excited. But once again, welcome to Table Talk with the Diva. We have an amazing guest, Miss Shakita Valentine, of all the names, Valentine and relationship. Isn't God strategic? My God. And that is like the biggest sweetheart day for most of us, and her name is Valentine. Tell me that that is not purposeful. My God. And when I saw that, that was like the first thing that stuck out. And I said, relationship coach and strategist. I said, and her last name is Valentine. So I know you get bombarded with all the Valentine issues, and I don't want to be alone and having problems and all that good stuff. So that is God. I believe that is truly God's strategic way of showing his sense of humor, because he has one. So definitely, I love that. So we are celebrating. So I need you to pull up a chair, invite a sister, a friend, somebody, ready them in the room. We want them in. We want them to know how to treat you. We want you to know how to treat yourself, so that Miss Shakita can kind of help set, the tone and kind of create a little standard if you don't have one. And I'm not saying that you don't, but you better than me. Like I know me, can nobody do me better than me. And same for you. So want to make sure that you are making your notes and having your paper and your pen ready, because I am ready to jot down. I got my helper girl and she is ready for me. So I'm ready to grow. So we are going to move right along. So Miss Shakita, tell us exactly who you are before we get into the questions.
I am Shakita Valentine. I am a relationship coach, and my life purpose is to encourage, enlighten, empower men and women in relationship with Christ, themselves, and others. And that's what I do.
Come on. She tells you who she is and what she does. Come on. And her purpose, my God, I love it. And you did that within a minute.
Yeah,
You bad. You bad, girl. You bad. You're bad. Because some of my guests, I can ask them, like, tell them who you are. And they go, well, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a cousin, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. Okay, sister, that's not who you are. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. What is your purpose? What is your why? Tell me. I don't need the titles. And that's fine. You have the titles, but tell me who you are. You just did that. And she's teaching y'all. I'm telling you, grab the nuggets. It's free. Tonight is free. Now, I can't speak about when the show was over. Right. Platform, and you got to reach out, because I understand. I'm a confidence coach. I'm a transparency coach. So I get it. Everything is not free, but tonight is free. So bless God for free while it's free. So let's roll into this conversation. And so we are here collaborating with conversation. And it is so important for me, for sisters and of our African American background and culture, that we collaborate. We don't have to compete, because what God has given you to do, I can't do. And what he's given me, you can't do. We don't do that. He's not that type of God. He is so strategic and special, and has each one of us designed in our own unique way for us to do what he has called us to do. So it is just, I'm so honored to be sitting here, because I've been just all stalking your page for the last week. I'm just like, I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it. My daughters get on me before we get started. They'll say, Mom, you're not supposed to like everything. I said, well, how do they know? How do you know that, that you're making a difference? How do you know that they're let them know? You're supposed to let them know just sometime. And she said, Mom, don't do that. Y'all just old people. Y'all just, and I said, girl, yeah. So I get that all the time. And I know you have grown sons, and I have two grown daughters, and I have one Gigi grandbaby. So I'm blessed. We're blessed. My husband and I are blessed. But they always tell me not to like it. But I've been stalking and watching and learning and listening and learning. And I said, okay, I'm going to come clean and tell her the truth, because I speak the truth. I was stalking your page. You're bad. That's all I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So let me move on to the questions here. First one, you had me stunned and I was a little speechless. I said, "Well, Lord, that's going to be my first question. Please explain what the altar, altar, altar. Um, read my notes here, girl. Ultra independent, because I think I birthed one of them. I think I got one of them, but I said I'm gonna find out when she gets to talking. But tell us
Listen,
what exactly that is.
so that is I'll be honest with you, that was something that was supernaturally downloaded to me one morning. I had no idea. God gave it to me, had no
Mm,
definition, never heard of it before ever in my entire life. And he said, I want you to hone in on this. I want you to be healed from this. And I was like, well, what is it? And so I had to seek it out. And there's very little information out there about ultra independence.
wow.
Very little information. And so prayerfully we get some voices out there about this ultra independence. You've heard about it somewhere and all, but ultra independence is a trauma response or a coping mechanism based on hurt or disappointment in a relationship. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. As simple as it may sound, people are like, well, it's a wall. It's not a wall. It's a response. It's a way that you start living out your life because you were hurt. It's a way
Mm,
that you start living out your life because you were disappointed in a specific, in a specific relationship, be it romantic or parental or a close friend. And
mhm,
so, for lack of it, it's not a guarded thing. People keep saying, well, just like you're guarding yourself. It's not. It becomes the way you live. Because you can guard yourself in a relationship, but when
mhm.
you're living out trauma responses and living out as an ultra independent, it's your life. And so that's really what it is. It's a trauma response. It's a coping mechanism. Like I don't ever want to experience what I experienced before. So now I'm going to live like this,
Mm,
not just be like this in relationships or be like this at work or be like this with this one person.
okay.
And so for the most part, that's really what ultra independence is about. So I'll expound on some of the signs, right? Because people like,
Please.
I don't know. So some of the signs that you have total reliance on yourself.
Mm,
Even with your relationship with Christ, you have total reliance on yourself. You don't ask for help. You don't depend on help. Nobody can help you. Even even if you try to ask for help, it's uncomfortable.
mm.
It puts you in a space of, am I being a dependent? And so that's a trauma response to help. We are here together to work together. You can't live on an island by yourself, things of that nature. But if you feel uncomfortable when you need help and you can't ask, you
Ooh,
might be suffering from ultra independence. Um, when you totally rely on yourself,
wow.
you may be suffering from ultra independence, because you ultimately can't trust anybody to do what you do, how you do it. And we always say that, right? You've heard that a lot. Can't nobody do what I do like I do it. You're right, but sometimes you just need some help with it, and it's okay to ask for that level of help. And the other thing is back to what you were saying about the words. You become predictable in your negative responses.
Mhm.
Like you project the negative outcome when it hasn't even happened,
Mm,
because you're thinking they're going to disappoint me. You're thinking they're going to reject me. You're thinking the negative first. And so that becomes your way of life. It's not just I'm protecting myself. You are
mm.
literally living a life of ultra independence from a trauma response.
Wow. I am blown away. I'm blown away. And I believe in being transparent. And right now, this is where I am. I have been delivered from that, but I didn't even know that. You distract, and I'm sitting up here, and everything inside of me is jumping and leaping like, God, I thank you. God, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Because that was me. That was
Mm,
me. And I'm blown. I'm just like, okay, God, Miss Shakita gonna make me lose my lashes, and I didn't come for that. This is, oh Jesus, this is blessing me already.
amen.
And you guys
Amen.
may not understand, but when you know where you've been and all that you've been through, and people may say, "Oh, I know her story. She's told it over and over again." I shared a part of the journey. They don't know the whole journey. I shared another part of the journey. They still don't know everything. You understand me? Mm-hmm. So when I hear certain things and it rings true for me, yes, I get teary-eyed. I get a little emotional because I know the person that I used to be, and I am so grateful to this day, all that God has brought me through. But you just, whoo, you jumped all in my stuff, all up in there. I'm serious. And I'm like, because nobody has never said it. And I said, well, what is a ultra independent, and I was that girl. And I would joke around and say to my friends and even to my husband of 27 years next Tuesday, I was the man. Yeah, praise God. I was the male in the relationship when I was single. That was me. And I did that because I had this guard up after being hurt by this man that I thought I loved and I could never love anybody else. I'm just like, oh, this will never happen to me again. Oh, honey, they'll never. And so I was the female, the diva walking around, but I was the male. I was the male in the relationship. It's masculine
energy. Yes, the masculine energy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. And so you said something about that in another live or something you did, and I sat there and I said, "Oh Lord, I don't know."
Yeah, I mentioned that. I said you gotta, be the woman. You don't have to be the man. You can be the woman. Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And I was young. I didn't understand that. And even in the early begin stages of my marriage, that's who I was because that's all that I knew to do. And then my mom was the disciplinary, and she was the one, in the household like that. My dad was easygoing a Sunday morning until you just really push him in the corner. But he would be like, Esther, like, not today. And she's going to keep going till you going to give me some because I'm coming for you and I want what I want. So you go. And so that was my mom. And so I had a lot of that. It's like, whoa. But I watched something else. You were talking about that and, let him be the man. You don't have to like overcompensate basically in it. But because I didn't know and I was too afraid of getting hurt again the way that I was. And that happened to me at age 19. So when that happened, I came out the gate like, honey, that's not going, that'll never happen again. And so I took that into my marriage, and then God had to eventually, he healed me from it, but I was never, I guess, properly diagnosed. And you just sat here and just done, wow.
So anyway, for those who are watching, I will say, I'm going to just give this away because I want people to be healed from this, because you had to be delivered from it. I had to be delivered from it and healed from it. And it is an ongoing thing that you constantly have to kind of correct and check every once in a while, because once it's in there, it's in there. But know your trauma, right? Like, know when it happened, what it happened. And I said on one of my pages, on my coaching pages, that name that thing.
That's right.
Name that trauma. So when that trigger or that trauma, so when it comes up again, you're like, oh, that's that. You can call it and shut it down in that moment.
Wait,
and then you definitely have to pray over it, and you definitely have to practice it, being healed from it. And the second thing I want to say is, I don't want to take anything, it being Women's History Month. However, how we evolved and all the strong women that we are standing on the backs of and the shoulders of, and the sweat on, we have now made the word woman so powerful that we don't know how to act like ladies.
That's good.
And so we can be women, but you still got to be a lady. And that's where you get those roles, where you can delineate the roles when you're in a relationship. Like, okay, I'm always going to be a woman, but you're here. My man is here. I'm going to act like a lady. So that means let him be manly. You don't have to be the strong woman in that moment.
I love it. Woo, that's good. Girl, you messing with me. My husband is traveling, but he's on YouTube and he's watching. I know he got something for me. Oh my God, he got something for me. I'm already ready. So baby, I know you're watching and I'm going to be ready for you. Oh my God, this is good. This is really good. And so you said that we need to name it, to pray over it, and we need to process it.
Yeah.
So
pray over it and practice it.
So
like
put
practice
it
the healing. Yeah. Practice the healing part. Pray over it and practice the healing. Like once you know with it, you'll see it coming. Oh, it's going to come quickly.
Yes, it will. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let me get back to my question. But oh, girl, that was good. I, I was like, where's the tissue? Oh, I was not expecting that. This is so. This is what is good. If you can bring the diva to tears, you just a bad girl. Because I tell you, I'm all. Whoo, that's good. That's good.
Yep,
So
yep, yep.
the next thing I think we want to talk about. You mentioned and so I did. We go back. I did birth one of those. She
Mhm.
Yeah, and so she's watching. She's an advisor at Georgia Southern College and coming out with her master's in May. And so I said, I need you on, this girl. Oh Lord, mommy, relationship. Oh Lord. I said, oh Lord is right. I need you
Mhm.
tuned in. And you and all them girlfriends of yours, I want all y'all on because this is gonna be powerful and some needed information. And so I know, yeah. So I birthed one of those one right there because I don't need nobody, honey. I got this. That's why I don't ask nobody for help. And this is I birthed one. So
Our favorite statement is, "Nah, I'm good.
I'm good. Yes,
I
ma'am. So
got
you
it.
know.
I'm good, and I got it."
I got it. Oh my.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. So that one is
Mhm.
down the hallway YouTubing it right now. So I said, yeah, I need you on too, mommy. New mommy. And so you talked about like the baseline. Let's talk about that. Tell us what exactly goes into the
So,
baseline.
So that is again supernaturally downloaded. That is something that a vernacular that I'm introducing into our culture now. There's a difference between a baseline and a standards. You
Mm.
see me in my ghetto ness in my neck, like I got standards, I got standards, and you're like, yeah, boo, I know you got standards, but those
Uh-huh.
standards have changed, right?
Come
So the definition of and we keep thinking that standards are tangible things. I've said this before.
on.
Standards are not tangible things.
Ooh, that's
Baseline stuff that you want him to have. When you say I got standards, he got to have this, this, and
mm,
this. That's baseline stuff. That means he has to have an established career. He has to have his own home, or he has to have a car. He has to have a mode of transportation. Whatever you feel like he has to have as baseline to even come into your space,
come on.
to be adequate enough to come into your space, then that's baseline stuff. Standards is character stuff.
That's good. Say that again.
Is
Whoa.
he trustworthy? Is he loyal? Is
Come on.
he honest? Is he a communicator, or is he an isolated thinker?
Uh-oh.
You can have those, but you need both, right? So you're looking at the character of a person. And when I tell you, pay attention to, we all heard it before, pay attention to the people that's around him. They'll show you his character.
Mm,
They'll show you her character. Even your friends. This just isn't about a romantic relationship thing.
that's right.
Whoever you're going to allow in your space, they have to be worthy enough to be in your space.
That's good.
The other, not only that, and I say this, whenever anybody leaves my space, I want them better. So if I go into their space, I want to be better. Or if they come into my space, I want them to leave better.
I heard
So
that.
it doesn't matter whether it's a relationship or a friendship. So that
Absolutely.
baseline, that standards, get standards out of your mind of things that have been or tangible.
Mm,
Delete that altogether.
that's
Because
right.
listen, at our age, or at
Yes.
30 or 40, whatever age you are, you
Right.
know what you want, but they're not standards. You
That's
really want the person, and
right.
that's character.
Come on. That's
That's
good.
different. So
Whoa.
that's where we want to go with that. Yeah.
Come on. Come on. I told y'all better be writing this stuff down, baby. And if you're listening and not taking it in, then I don't know what to tell you.
Tell you.
I don't know what to say. I mean, because I'm always, and my dad has always said, the largest room in the world is room for improvement. So
Woo.
that means we can never learn enough. We never can know too much. And and I would say, oh, I'm too seasoned. I didn't want to say, oh, but I'm too seasoned for this, and that. My girls and some people say, oh, you do so and so. Look at you and your daughters. Y'all look like, yeah, but they know that there's a baseline. They know that there's boundaries with mama and them. We don't do that
Mhm.
together. We love hard, but they know mama is about mama business when it's time to be mama. Don't do that. So
Yeah.
we don't have I don't have that issue with my daughters, and I'm grateful for that. But I set the baseline when they were children, little girls. It is yes, ma'am,
Mhm.
no, ma'am, thank you, and please. And even when you 26, 27, it's still yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, and
Yes,
please.
it is to this day.
We're not friends like that. Now I hold your secrets and I pull you close when I need to. But when I need to check that, I'm
It's
still that
it's a
girl.
respect for it's really a respect for authority.
That's right. That's right.
We think it's just respect. No, it's respect for authority.
For authority. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That never changes because my mom, left at 70 plus, and it is still yes, ma'am. Thank you. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, mama. Whatever. Not
Yes.
that she says everything right, or not that I would say everything right to them, or I'm always right, but we're gonna have that mutual respect.
Yes.
I am always mommy, always mommy. And so that never changes. So when you talk about that, and so I talk about that relationship with me and my daughters, my children, that right there, baseline set before they can say yes, ma'am. It's like, girl, look at me. Come here. Mommy's now. Because yes, mommy believe in old school, and I will get that when I got to get that. So, and I didn't have to do that often because I said it straight at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So this is good for parenting. Ladies, gentlemen, I pray y'all making your notes and you're listening, because this queen is bringing the truth. Bringing the truth. And you may not like everything, but like I said, my mama said everything that's good to you may not be good for you. Or not good. Everything that's good to you may not be good. You may not be good for you. What's good to you may not be good for you. I don't know. But I'm telling you, this is good stuff right here. This is meat. This isn't wasting table talk time. This isn't wasting your time. I'm in your living room, at your dining room table, or you in your bedroom, at your office space, or wherever you are. You're getting real meat. Real meat. This is the truth. So, and this is, like she said, in every relationship, a girlfriend, a relationship, mate, spouse, significant other, whomever, this is real stuff. Real stuff. Girl, this is good.
Get you some real standards.
That's right. That's right. Come on. This is good. I can't wait to go back and I watch the show again so I can go grab my notes, because I can't write as fast as you're talking. But this is blessing me. Help me, girl. This is blessing me. Yes, ma'am. And I guess I always have to ask about with everything that you've been through, I would ask you, I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna wait on that. Let me get through with this. Trying to read my writing on my cards and say, I guess, how important is it? I would say for a healthy relationship, how important is it for you to set the baseline, or without being too pushy or forward, because we're not trying to get married, tomorrow. I just met you on Saturday, and on Monday, whatever would that be considered too forceful, too pushy?
No. So here's the difference. Baseline is tangible. So you're going to see it.
Okay.
They want to own it. The standard is what you have to observe and experience.
Okay.
So that's the difference. So you will go into this date and see what type of car they drive, or wherever they live, or whether they got an iPhone or Android, however you want to vote. Well, you know what I mean? However you want to vote. And and like I said, those baseline things are tangible things. Whether they have a job, a career, whether they're entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, you will experience, you will see those things, but you get to experience the standards of the character of the person. So you don't go in with, you got to have this. You go in seeing if they have it already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's without even speaking it, just experiencing, just watching.
You just, you know, when I pull up, what kind of car I have, whether I take care of my car or not, you get to see how a person moves, with the things that they have. But I think the standards is, like I said, you get to experience who they are as a person. And that's where we want to get elevated in our relationships. We want to really define different standards. So that, does that make sense? Is that kind of?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
Ladies, I hope you're listening. That's right. As she said, when he pull up, I mean, there may be sometimes he pulling up in an Uber because he don't want to be in traffic.
That's fine too. But you know that. Yeah, you'll know that.
You'll know. That's it.
I mean, maybe it need to be an Uber XL. You know what I mean? He needs a.
Yes.
Depending on your baseline. Like, he had an Uber, but he should have been an XL. That's your baseline.
That's your baseline. I'm
But
with
the
it.
smaller ones is saving money, so that might tie to his character, that he's conservative and that he knows how to manage money. You see what I'm saying? You just never know.
Okay. So let me ask you, and this is not one of the questions that we talked about, but let's just say he meets all the criteria, but when it comes to religion, because he wasn't shown, he wasn't taught, he wasn't made to go to the church house, and
Mhm.
he wasn't brought up that way. Would you say, just in your opinion and your professionalism, that would be a red flag to kind of go away, or maybe see where it goes and kind of help pull him in from your lifestyle, being a witness, let your lifestyle be that witness and maybe minister to him in that way? Or what would you?
So here's what I will say to that, because we talked about the 5 healthy things in a relationship, and spiritual growth is one, together and individually.
Mm-hmm.
If they are taking the initiative to be more inquisitive about spiritual growth,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say be excited about the potential. Okay, because we don't get excited about potential. We get excited about purpose and
Mm-hmm.
fulfillment,
Come on.
depending on where you are in your life.
That's
So
right.
if you're in your 20s, I would say, yeah, you can see how it goes, but don't get excited that, oh, he go to church. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The pews are
And
really church.
is
Because my
is
dad said
he
the pews go to church. They sitting up in
right?
there. That don't mean that.
Is he spiritually maturing? Not just
Mm,
growing, but
that's right.
maturing. And
Maturing.
that's because we all spiritually grow day to day. There's some type of God always gives us an opportunity to grow.
That's right.
But when we mature is when we're dealing with life a little bit different on a spiritual level. And
That's right.
so is the spiritually maturing. So I wouldn't eliminate it. I would just know, going back to your standards,
The standard.
right? Is part of his character, which you need, which is your standard. Is he spiritually grounded? Is he
Mhm.
spiritually maturing? That would be one of your standards,
Okay.
not a baseline. Because that speaks to character. And so
Yes.
I won't say no, just reject the individual. I would
Right.
say let's see, watch, observe. Going back to standards is about observing the individual,
That's right.
because some people, we all know, we can start working out,
Oh
but
my.
are we going to work out for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months straight?
Consistency. Consistency. That's right.
Consistency. Going
Committed.
back to the commitment statement,
Commitment.
is long suffering. So you want to see if that happens or not. I
Like my
mean,
mama
that's
said, yeah, eventually the real you gonna show up. Eventually, he gonna show up. The real you gonna
the
show up.
real.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
and bright and
that's
illuminating.
right.
And then I'll add this nugget, also when it comes to your wherever you are spiritually, the Spirit of God will really identify whether this person
Mm,
is for you
that's
or
it.
whether this person is aligned for your life.
That's right.
So we heard it all. There's seasons and there's reasons that you come into people's lives, and it ain't always to help them spiritually grow or mature. It's
Mhm.
probably just to be introduction. It says some plant, some water, but God get the increase. So you might be a
Increase.
planter or a waterer, but God's going to
That's
get the
right.
increase. So you just need to
That's
determine where you are in that plant and watering.
it.
So you don't always have to
That's
be
good.
there to watch it grow.
That's a fact. That's a
Mhm.
fact right there. Yes, that's a fact. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
because
Wow. Because I know sometimes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
as women, we feel like we're nurturers. We have to, we have this opportunity to
Tell me.
pour in
Yes.
and to plant something, or let's see how this works,
Mm-hmm.
based on my presence, based on me pouring in. And
That's
it ain't always God. It ain't always a relationship for you.
right. Everything good is not God. That's right.
Right.
Absolutely. And
Right.
I started out in the beginning trying to, and without saying it, but I was doing it. And then I caught myself. I was like, you can't change this man. I mean, either he wants to be here and be committed, or he's not going to stay. And so I would have this conversation with some of my young ladies in the mentor program a few years back, and they were saying, but I know he loves me, but he just doesn't really know how to show it.
No, baby.
And I said, no, baby, that's not love.
Mhm.
That's not love. If he loves you, he will protect you. he will care for you, and it will be evident that he cares. Now that he doesn't know how to show it. If he doesn't know how to show it, because it's not love. No, we ain't doing that.
And
Making it,
somewhere along the line, somebody taught us that we have to teach other people how to love us.
yeah,
So I don't knock that by no means,
catch
but I'm gonna
22.
show you how I love me,
That's right.
and
You'll
then you
never.
pay attention.
That's it.
You just pay
Pay
attention. I'm not
attention.
gonna tell
You get
you.
it. Yeah, you'll get it, but I'm not going to give you the manual. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
You'll see. Uh-huh. And so
yeah.
my husband would say all the time, "This one right here, honey, this was high maintenance. She thought she was the dude." This is, and I was just like, and I said, "You don't stop telling my children that." But he would always crank and tell my daughter. But I lived a certain way. This is what I like. This is what makes me happy. So I didn't open the door and say, "Come in and you got to do all this." But when you come in, you already know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it would be to the point that, when I get off, I'll call you. No, I'll call you. You don't need to call me, boo. I will call you. If I'm gonna call you. Yeah. If I'm gonna, yes, ma'am. If I'm gonna call you, I'll call you. But you don't need to do all that. Yes,
I'm not gonna give you that. I'm not gonna give you that power for you not to answer my call.
Yeah. I'm like, and I couldn't, but started young out the gate, and that happened. And I think sometimes I would always say, I hate that I had to go through the heartbreak that young, because it kind of, it pivoted me in another way, and it wasn't my intentions, but that's how it happened. So I had to, deal with it the way that it came. The hand that was dealt, hey, I rolled with it. But then as I grew older and gave my life back to God, rededicate my life to God, and then wisdom began to come. And I understood that, girl, that is not, you can't be, this I wear the pants relationship, the kind of thing. And that's, that's what I was doing. And so God had to heal me from it, but I get it. So let's talk about those love language. I love. I was waiting on this part. I was waiting on it all, but I'm here for the love language. Yeah. So would you say there, I'm aware of a few. I don't know, because I know what works for me. I know what is my love language. Like for me, mine is feeling, physical touch. I love gifts. My husband, I'm a gift receiver. I love gifts, and I'm always doing something for him. So even the cute little notes in his lunch bag, or when I pack his clothes because he travels, and so when I do all that, I have my little notes in there. Or I might even put a little private something in there for him. And so when he get where he's going, he say, "You play too much." That's 27 years coming this Tuesday. He said,
"But that works."
That's right. He said, "You play too much." No, I don't. I ain't playing. And so I believe
come back home.
That's right. Take care of my husband. Yes, ma'am. So God is good. But yeah, love language. But those are, and affirmations, those three are like my pet peeve, if I could say that. And everybody's different. So let's talk about those. And if you can expound on them, like each one, to kind of give us a better understanding.
Okay, so for those who do not know, there is a book called The 5 Love Languages, written by Gary Chapman. He wrote that book many, many years ago, and he talks about the 5 love languages as being gifts, acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. They are what they say. Physical touch is when somebody comes in. That's when he comes up behind you and holds you while you're washing dishes. You love that. That may be a sign that you like physical touch. Quality time is when you're just sitting on the couch, not saying nothing, watching TV. And everywhere he go or everywhere she goes, you just want to be with that person.
Come on.
You got to be careful with quality time, because it could be a sign of separation anxiety. But anyway, quality time. And then there is the gifts, like you just said. There are small gifts, small trinkets, trinkets that you can give, thoughtful things. Words of affirmation. Hey, babe, you look good today. Hey, babe, I love you. You're doing a great job. They got to hear it in their ear. They got to know where you are with them. That's what really words of affirmations. They got to know where you are with them. And what was the last one? Acts of service. This is my primary love language. So listen, take out the trash. Thank you. I ain't have to do that. High five. Like that's a really bad thing. Like the smallest thing will make me happy. As long as I don't have to do it, it saves me time. And it's like you're considering me and considering my time. So those are the 5 love languages. How important are they in relationships? They are vital. I love that they exist. They are vital. Once you identify yours, and you have to identify your significant other love language, and you feed them their love language, not your love language. I want people to be clear on that part. You feed them what they need, their love language is, and you don't feed them what your love language is. And we have a tendency to do that out of habit, because that's how we love. We think that's how we love them. I will say this, the one thing I coined, there's a sixth love language, and it's called space. So ultra independents need this sixth love language, and it's called space. Every once in a while, the ultra independents out there, you need some quiet time, alone time, reset time. And they might call it self-care now, but it's called space. You can't always be in the same space, always doing for each other, always saying. So you just need some hush time. So I'm just
tell you, my husband travels. Yes, some space. Ooh. When I heard that today, I said, yes, baby, she is in there. Oh, yes. So I'm loving that.
So the other thing that to expound on that, the one thing I wrote this down. The one thing that I think Dr. Miles Monroe said it. I'm going to paraphrase it. He said, "Love is meeting a need before the need arises." So we're busy trying to deal with love languages and things like that. But if you have this intimacy, that you're so intimately into this person, that you'll be able to love them before the need even arises. Right. So I really believe one of the love languages could possibly be intimacy. We so focused on do, serve, give. How about we just be intimate? And that doesn't have to be sexual. There's different levels of intimacy. So once you get to your 5 love languages, the next level is intimacy. And then at that point, you're just like, you know what? I can love you without even you saying what you need. I can love you before you even need your love language.
Wow.
So yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful love right there. And that's the love I think ultimately all of us are looking to get to in 27 years of marriage, those type things. Yeah.
And I know that to be true, and not bragging, but I'm grateful and I'm boasting in God with that, because there are so many things. And for me now, well, I'm legally blind. I misplace things all the time, and it frustrates me till it brings me to tears at times. And my husband will come, and he could not be home, and I'll say, "Well, babe, I don't know why." He said, "Babe, retract. What did you do?" And he'd go back, and 9 times out of 10, when he's on the phone with me, or when he gets home, he go right and he go in there and he look, and he bring this back to me, and I'm about in tears because I need it to read, and it just might help me. And so he goes and but he knows my steps, or I'm feeling a little rough or a little whatever about something, feeling some type of way in my feelings about whatever. And he said, "Well, what's going on?" And I said, "Oh, nothing. It's okay." He said, "No, it's not." He knows. Yes. He calls me, and he could be going through, or even not, if something's happening while he's out of town. It happened just recently the other night. And he said something, I said something. He said, "Now there you go, acting like you know me." And he just laughed because it was exactly what I said. I said, "Oh, I know you better than you know yourself." And so we always laugh about that, but he knows and know the need before it really is a need. So, girl, you just, where your office at? That's all I want to know. You bad. I mean, there's some people saying that they're the expert, and I believe in expert, meaning you know more than I do in that area, for some people, but you good, you bad. I'm just saying no flex, because I ain't that kind of girl. I don't believe in rubbing elbows and brown nose, and I ain't with none of that. I'm too real for that. But you bad. You brought me to tears with the first the first question, Lord. That was so good. But yes, this is how. Give your social media handles before I give you, so you can give your final closing and some nuggets you might want to just drop on them before. But if you would give your social media platform so they know how to follow and get connected with you and reach out for some coaching, y'all might want to take this down.
So you can find me on the web. It's ShakitaValentine.com. Quite easy, SHAKITA. Valentine, like the day without the S.com. And you can go on my website, take a look there. In all essence, like I'm doing this whole thing with this, when coaches come online or when coaches coach, they usually establish contracts with their individuals and things like that. I'm a no contract coach. I know you want to get in and get out, and I'm here to help you get in and get up. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is a confidentiality agreement, but I'm not trying to get you into no contract. So you can go to my site, and you can do this on spot coaching and do all that good stuff, schedule an appointment. And then you can find me on Instagram at Coach S Valentine. And or you can just follow me on Instagram at Shakita Valentine. And then I'm on Facebook as Shakita Valentine. So those are my 3, 4.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. So in your closing thoughts, well, one more thing. I'm going to ask you, what is your most resilient story, if you had to share something that you've been through that has brought you to the phenomenal woman that you are today?
Most resilient story. Gosh, resiliency. I would have to lean in that I didn't want to be a parent. I didn't want to be a mom. When I was young, I was like, I don't want no children. I don't want no children. I don't want no children. And then someone, and actually my pastor told me at the time, and now my pastor now, is God gifted, he found you qualified enough to take care of a life of his. And then it ended up being 2 lives of his. And I was like, okay. And not that anybody else is underqualified, but when you're in the mindset that I don't want to do,
that's right.
Somebody has to come in and say, you qualify for it, because I didn't want to do it because I didn't feel qualified for it. And so I thank God. Yes. He taught me how to be a parent. I thank God he taught me how to be a mom. Yes. Because I didn't know. And then I didn't want to do it. But I didn't know and I didn't want to do it. But I thank God that he showed me the level of love that I never would have ever experienced before. And that is how I overcame the resistance of the no. That's it. And I would say I would say that would be my most recent, like, to really overcome something. No one would ever really know that story unless I vocalized it, but you would never know that was a part of. And then all resiliency doesn't have to be like, I did this. Like, that was an internal battle with myself that I had to overcome. Yes.
Overcoming. Yeah. Overcoming. Wow. Yeah. Now you just hit me again, and you know what? I had enough of you. I'm about to let you go because you are that girl, and I am telling you, my hands to God. My dad. If my dad was living, and some of my siblings can express this to you, I would say, "Oh no, I'm not having children. Oh no, honey, I ain't got time for that. I got plenty of nieces and nephews, and there's like 29 of them." I'm like, girl, I ain't got time for that. No, I don't. I'm not gonna be nobody's mommy because I'm gonna be doing this, and this. And so I didn't think that, that's not what I wanted to do. So I'm telling you, when I got pregnant, which was immediately with my husband, I was furious. Like, what in the world? I didn't even think I could have children because I had been doing XYZ for so long. It's like, I knew I just could not, because I didn't know nothing I wanted. And as you said, God knows how to do it. He knows how to do it, because that has been my most greatest accomplishment, being a mother of 2 beautiful, phenomenal, intelligent young ladies. Till it blows my mind, because I always said, oh no, I'm gonna be the best TT, the best auntie, but no, I ain't gonna be nobody's mom. I ain't got time for that. And my daddy would say, P too selfish, she ain't gonna have no kids, not her kind of, because she loved doing her, she ain't got time. And so he was saying, and I'm thinking, you're right, yeah, you're right about it. But I looked up and here I go. It's like, wow. So yeah, God knows what we need and how we need it. Because like you said, I would have never experienced that type of love, and there's no love like that. And now I'm learning even to be a Gigi. I didn't know there could be no more love than what I got for my girls. I'm just like, honey, no, there's no way I could love more. But now, whoo.
I'm not ready for that one. My babies are 21 and 20. Nope, I'm good.
Oh my God. And yeah, I had to get ready because my she's 4 months old. And it's like all of my girlfriends are Gigi's and grandmas and grandmas. And I'm like, why did y'all tell me? They was like, we told you. Well, we do, girl, the love, that kind of
The
love.
love, the love.
Oh my Lord. And you know how you love your men.
Yeah.
Them babies you protected, and Mama Bear comes out. If you want to try
Mm-hmm.
me, mess with them too right there. That's me, even to this day. And oh my God, because
Yeah.
even LaVasia is 26 and called me about a situation yesterday. And I said, look, girl, if I need to come down that highway, Mama coming with the cane, and I see big people and big things, fine. The small stuff I struggle with, but don't get Mama twisted, baby, because I've been that in half and I'm coming. And she's just like, oh Lord, that's why I wasn't gonna tell you, Mom. Don't tell me, because you already know if I need to get my daughter to drive me, you know what's happening. And so
Yeah,
she was like,
exactly.
no, I got it. I said, okay, long as we clear,
Yeah.
grown and all. Mama Bear, and that's just how we are by our children. So yeah, but oh my God. So yeah, God knows how, and what the kind of love that we need. Because, if he doesn't do it, it just won't happen. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
grateful for that and for you sharing that, because I didn't even think more. I used to think about it, but I hadn't thought about it in years. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was qualified and didn't think I could do it, and just said, oh no, I don't want, because I didn't think I would be good at it.
Right.
Was my thought. I'm just like, because I know, I can be a little selfish. I'm telling you, I can be a little, hazel at times and get crazy on cuckoo puffs. Like, girl, please, I ain't got time. And buying Pampers, I got to buy a weave. I go get my nails done. I got time for that. So that was me, as I'm just saying, like, girl, no, ain't nobody got time for none of that. But when they came, it's like everything stopped.
Yeah.
It's all about LaVasia. It's all about the Shire. I don't care what. I'm coming through, with the 18-wheeler, me and Big Daddy. Here we come, about hours. And so I get it. I get it. But parting thoughts for someone, you have been such a blessing. This has been so phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful to have been able to sit at your feet and grow and learn and share. This has been so good. So
Amen.
please, parting thoughts that's going to bless them and bless me. I'm ready.
Oh, parting thoughts. Oh.
Anything. Mm-hmm. God.
The 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 healing hurts and the healing is hard. And so
That's good.
and we have people have a tendency, or we women have a tendency to run from the hurt healing.
Process. Come on.
And so lean in to that healing so you can be the wife, the mother, the girlfriend, the woman
Yes.
that you know yourself to be.
Mm.
I just feel that all over me right now. Like somebody is concerned about them being woman enough.
My God.
Um,
You are enough.
you're woman enough
That's right.
when you start healing.
That's right.
So lean into that hurt,
Yes.
to be healed from it. And I'm telling you, on the other side, I mean, I'm a recovered ultra independent. I still have my ups and downs, right? But on the other side of it, it's you come into a space where you know who you are,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
and you know what you give at the table.
Come on.
Not what you bring, but what you give at the table.
Give at the table.
And when you're able to do that, you're whole. Because can't nobody, I'm not gonna say can't nobody hurt you, but for real, can't nobody hurt you.
Come on.
Because you're not looking for validation from anybody else. You're not looking for anybody else to really to affirm you. So be healed, be whole, and lean into the hurt of healing.
That's good. That's good. Well, you have heard it. This has been a blessing. You guys need to go back, catch the replay. Miss Shakita Valentine, may God bless you and continue to touch and anoint everything that everything your hands touch. I decree and declare it will flourish. It is going to be a blessing. You are powerful, girl. And you said I ain't got to have no contract. I'm calling you. We're gonna have to talk. You bad. And whew, this has been so good. But ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for tuning in to Table Talk with the Diva. This has been a real one, a tearjerker for me, because I thought I was just being a blessing to you, and God had something for me. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. So tune in next week, the 17th, and see what Pastor Candy West has to say.
Woo!
That's phenomenal. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. So God has given me favor with you women, you experts, you CEO and the pioneers. This is Women History Month, and we are making history right now today. This has been awesome, awesome, awesome. I need y'all to come on and rock it out with me, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here and let Miss Valentine's go on and rest out for tomorrow. You are powerful, sister, and I will be in touch. I love you. Thank you
Love
so
you too.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless everybody. All righty.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
Good night.
And the limit soars beyond the sky. If this purpose she's pushing, you've tuned in with Table Talk with the Diva. Why? Joining it might free up. Y'all follow Shanita. And if you're feeling down, come in. Shakita Valentine. Good night, Queen. I love you.
Good night.
Table Talk with the Diva. Love you guys. Share this episode.